Good morning, or good afternoon rather. We are now working our way into some temperatures that are back above zero in spots, but our record warmth above zero in Fargo, that is over. We had 287 consecutive days of above zero temperatures. It ended last night before the calendar day was over. We saw our temperature drop below zero. So the streak ends there, but it was a record for the latest 0-degree temperature or lower recorded for the winter season. Previously, 1954, way back then, we had seen that zero not happen until December 30th. Obviously, we've gone well beyond that old record. So it was a good run, but we knew it had to end at some point. Here's a look at our overnight low temperatures. Fargo dropped down to 4 below, 7 below in Grand Forks. Other areas saw double-digit below zero temperatures into the teens below, and of course wind chills that were even lower. Let's take a look at our numbers right now. Some are climbing above. We're at 2 right now in Fargo, still below zero in Grand Forks at 1 below. A lot of zeros on the map from Wahpeton back over to Fergus Falls and into Wadena, and then out to the west you can see we are at 11 below still in Rolla. So cold air continues to take over. Our wind chills are in the 20s and 30s below still as we make our way into the afternoon. It feels like 34 below zero in Rolla. And a reminder, we have frostbite setting in a matter of minutes at those ranges if you're not properly protected. So please make sure you're dressing for this. You got that winter survival kit in your car, all those things you need during the winter months here in the valley. And winds are out of the north, and we still have wind speeds that are in the teens in spots, but then there are areas where it's picking up. And so in the southern valley, we've got some areas where steady speeds and gusts even are into the 20s. And that may cause, in those areas with some fresh snow, a little bit of drifting or light blowing snow. And we're seeing our visibilities reflected there with visibility in Grand Forks and in Crookston. So along Highway 2 here, under 2 miles. Cavalier, the area that was under a blizzard warning yesterday, less than a mile visibility for you. So again, not ideal out there still, even today after the snow has ended. One of our DOT cams, I think this is a nice example. You can see visibility down slightly in the Donaldson cam area here in Minnesota, and then just showing some of those very light areas of drifting going on across the road surface. Maybe something you encounter as you are hitting the road here for today. Radar showing dry weather here over the valley. There are a few snow showers being detected around Minot, but right now things are quiet for us with some generally overcast skies. Some heavy snow yet again, the storm track south of us. Snow from Omaha through Iowa, I-80, not a great place to be traveling here, stretching back to Chicago, which has impacted likely some flights. We've had some cancellations from Chicago and to Chicago as a connecting airport here from Fargo. So some issues there with the wintry weather. It's just the cold for us right now, and some blowing snow as well, getting picked up and blown around from the ground. And looking at our hour-by-hour planner, you see temperatures single digits above this afternoon in most areas. And then the pink numbers, those are your wind chills, some teens and 20s below. And then overnight, watch those winds where they start to pick up, starting to get more gusts into the 20s and even some 30s into tonight. And then that will cause some blowing and drifting snow. And by tomorrow morning, even some pockets of snow falling, another inch to 2 inches possible. And you add the wind into the mix, and we could have some issues again with visibility, with some blowing snow. It's something we're going to watch and keep you up to date on here. Make sure if you're going to be traveling anywhere tomorrow, you check back with us, check the VNL weather app for the latest. Snowfall potential, again, not a heavy amount, 1 to 3 inches of snow, 3 on the higher end. So it's not a lot, but again, with some wind, that's going to be a problem. And you do not want to get stranded out with these kind of temperatures. We'll be spending the weekend pretty much below zero, wind chills even lower. We could even be seeing some 40s below this weekend in the overnight hours. We start climbing out of this as we get into next week, but it may not really feel like it much until we get toward next weekend, really. Yeah,
and this weekend I think we'll be spending our time indoors too.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, if you do go out, just, again, make sure you're dressing for it. Exactly. You got the layers, you got a plan with the colder air that's going to be here.
Absolutely.